Welcome to the Fell Court of Troia guide, the patch 6.2 dungeon and Walker. So this dungeon isn't particularly hard. There's a few innovative features, but the first boss is a bit unique. It's also not easy to grab two groups in some of those. The first one should be okay. Again, we're running with Estinian this time because I think upon future testing we can do actually the melee liming break, which I think is actually quite helpful. Okay, these are the first two groups. Nothing difficult. The next two are a bit harder to grab together. We'll still give it a shot. Quite a few AoEs by this trash mobs there. As you see, the tank got a lot of damage. It's It's quite tight actually in the normal duty support version. Actually, the tank died in this pool, so you can put it separately. Those two groups, they do a lot of damage, and here you see, right here, almost died just now. So basically, we start to thin down the number of enemies here, so it will be easier. All right, knowing the first boss. The first boss is quite unique because actually it starts with a series of waves of actually normal mobs. So this is really like normal groups. You see they will be coming, the evil dreamers. Just use your AoE attack to kill them. a second wave. Here you have to avoid the red rays. Just follow the trust members, and once they've shot, they will join the others. So again, those are fairly large group of enemies to kill. Same again, we have to look at the configuration. We have to be here to avoid. First we spread, and we avoid here the AoEs. Just be at the corner like I was, and position yourself. There's a lot of time to almost attack, so it's quite easy. So again, you can take your time here. You can die. It's not. All right. So again, this one of the attack. We follow the trust members on the side. And here you have to kill the closest to the trust members. So, and then when it dies, it gives you a space where there is no attack. So then you can wait, the other attack starts, and you can kill the rest. So I think on this one, it's important to be fast. Look at where the trust member go, follow them, and you kill the head which is closest to them. And that will stop the attack. Alright, now so this is kind of somehow the final boss to kill here. Meanwhile, you have to avoid some attacks. So if you look at the one which is being pushed here, you have to be away from the one where they gather. See the trust member also are running away from it. I'll try to show it again when it comes back. And here you have to kill fast because you see there's a timer at the top, the casting bar. This one we need to cross on the other side. Again, for the trust member can be followed here. And that's it for the first boss. So I think for the last phase, and perhaps it was a bit hard to see, first you need to kill the head before it casts Endless Nightmare. So I think you need to focus your damage on it. And the second, you see those heads that appears. There's 3 that appears and 1 or 2 that explode. And the one which explode are the one where the others are gathering towards. So the one that actually have tethers on it are going to explode. So you need to find the one which doesn't. Again, the way is just to follow a trust member is fine, but I think you may need to be quite fast to see where they're going to be at the right position. All right, so that's the. Now we enter the castle. This is where the double pull is tough because it's very long. Okay, you see that we got them correctly here. Now we can only hope that the tank can get the damage. Maybe I'll just LB here as well to help. Again, if it's the first time you're clearing this dungeon, you may want to do the pools one by one, because those are harder with the duty supports. Okay, you have a chest here. This pack of dogs also does a lot of damage. Wolf, your Yanji teleported here. And the challenge about pulling those two groups here, you see when you go too far, the trust member teleport to you. And here it was just ONG teleported and the others were still left behind. Which is always a bit not optimal. Right, this is almost finished. Right, the second chest is there. And now we're going to fight Beatrice. Okay, she's casting Eye of Troia, so this is an eye mechanic to where the eye gather, create an eye mechanic. So you have to look away when the eye are pushing there. So now she does a few lines here. You have to go to the last line. See, the trust members are going as well, and they're going to explode in sequence where they appeared. So this one's going to explode first. We're going to move there. Again, on this mechanic, you can just follow the trust member as well. So just avoid it, and then a spread here. So she gets in the eye again. So we're going to see the two circles that are getting narrower. And we have to look away from what you see, like here we have to look away from this direction. So if we look away like this, then we avoided the two eyes. And now we have to switch this way. So you have to look away from where the circle is going to actually gather. So you see the circle is shrinking. and when it shrinks, it reaches a point, and it's where you have to be to look away from. I mean, okay, the same thing again, same order. So we follow the truss members here. I will just move there once the first one explodes. Same again, just avoid this. And there's a spread, so you can be away. It's easy when you range here because you can just be away. All right. And here you have to go behind the throne. This is where there's a small passage. Again, nothing particularly hard here. Same, you know, like with some AoEs. Right, it's done. You have a treasure chest just right here. Again, quite a lot of damage here on the tank, as you can see. I hope he's going to survive. I think we almost have removed a few. He uses invuln. It was quite close, quite close to. So yeah, these two groups hit really hard. So I think putting them together definitely is not the easiest, but we made it. And interesting. Look, you see what you those void scents you see there are the same as the cloud of darkness that you meet in the level 50 raids. Here, there's many of them actually. And then you have the last chest there. And then we're going to fight the final boss, which is the Scarmiglion. Start with AoE with damage all the time. This one you have to spread and avoid the AoE, so I think be away from others and try to find some safe spots. I think here you cannot follow the trust members. I guess the push is coming, so we are going to get close. Actually, I did it wrong. Like, you have to be pushed inside. When he pushes it, you have to push inside the barrier. Here, I fell down in the. Okay, we follow trust members here. To avoid the laser explosion. Again, we follow trust members as well. It's quite easy on this one. You just follow trust members. Again. Again, you have the minion waves. Okay, go to the center for this. So you see there's the Scarmiglion power here. All this needs to be finished before you reach 100%. If you're too slow and you reach 100, then you'll die. Of course, this is a spread. Make sure to move away after the orange has disappeared. Again, look at the gauge here. It has to be below 100. If you reach 100, you've been too slow, and you will die here. Again, restart the same mechanic. Spread and avoid the AoEs. Again, those are quite small, but you have some time to position yourself. Just find a good spot and don't move. And then the push is coming. So this time, let's do correctly this time. We have to get pushed inside the barrier, right? So you can stay next to a Yonje, for example. If you don't, you'll be pushed into the black part here, which gives the damage, which I did wrong earlier. Again, here we're going to make sure we follow the trust member. You see, you have to be away from the red ray. And again, follow trust members here. Sticking to the cone AoE there. It's the most interesting. It is the same mechanic, just cycling. We're already in the second cycle right now, so. So again, be away from others. Find a space with no AoE. Take your time here, just find it. And that's it. That is for the dungeon, the Fell Court of Troia.